The outermost layer of your skin loses more than half of its ability to absorb moisture just 60 seconds after you wash it. That is a scientific fact. For many of us, it's also the hidden reason for a deep and daily frustration. It's the reason why that beautiful, expensive jar of cream you invested in seems to vanish without a trace, leaving your skin feeling tight and papery an hour later. It's a quiet disappointment that settles in when you look in the mirror, touching your cheek and wondering why, despite all your effort, your skin still feels so thirsty. This isn't about buying another product. It's about understanding a simple, powerful secret your skin has been trying to tell you. I'm Dr. Emily Hart, and for over 15 years, I've had the privilege of helping women navigate the incredible changes in their bodies with clarity and compassion. This space is for us, a place for real conversations and simple, science-backed wisdom for the years ahead. If that sounds like what you've been looking for, I invite you to subscribe and join our growing community. And I would so love to know who I'm speaking with today. Tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? I love knowing where this community of strong, vibrant women comes together. Today, we are going to solve that mystery of the disappearing moisturizer. We're going to talk about a free, simple technique that can make a $10 lotion from the drugstore outperform a $100 cream from a department store. It's what I call the golden minute rule, and it will fundamentally change the way you care for your skin, for the better. Let's start with the feeling itself because it's so familiar. It's the feeling a client of mine, Carol, described to me so perfectly. Carol is in her late 60s, and she has what she calls a graveyard of half-used jars in her bathroom drawer. Each one was purchased with hope. She'd read the promises on the box: deeply hydrating, visibly plumping, age-defying. And for a day or two, she'd feel a flicker of optimism. But soon, the same old story would unfold. She'd cleanse her face, carefully pat it dry with a soft towel, and then a few minutes later, apply her luxurious cream. And for a moment, it would feel good. But by mid-morning, that tight, dry feeling would creep back in around her mouth and eyes. She told me with a deep sigh, "Emily, I look in the mirror and I see my mother's skin. It was like parchment paper. I swore I'd do everything to avoid that, and yet here I am, spending a fortune and getting nowhere." Carol's frustration is one I hear all the time. And the solution isn't in another jar. It's in the moments between the towel and the cream. The science is actually quite beautiful. Think of the surface of your skin, the part you can touch, as a wall made of bricks and mortar. The bricks are your skin cells, and the mortar is a mix of natural fats and lipids that hold everything together, keeping moisture in and irritants out. This is your skin barrier. When you wash your face or take a shower, you infuse that wall with water. For a very brief period, the mortar becomes soft, pliable, and incredibly receptive. But air is thirsty. It immediately starts pulling that precious water back out of your skin. This process is called transepidermal water loss. Within just 1 minute of patting your face dry, your skin has already lost a significant amount of that surface hydration, and the mortar begins to harden and shrink, leaving tiny, invisible gaps. When you apply moisturizer to completely dry skin, you're essentially trying to spackle a dry, dusty wall. The cream has a hard time penetrating those gaps and mostly just sits on the surface, creating a temporary film that feels nice for a little while, but doesn't deliver hydration where it's needed most. This is where the golden minute rule changes everything. The solution is to apply your moisturizer within 60 seconds of patting your skin dry, while it is still slightly damp to the touch. When you apply your cream to that damp, receptive skin, you aren't just moisturizing. You are trapping the water that's already there. The lotion or cream acts like a seal, locking in that surface hydration and allowing the active ingredients to penetrate far more effectively into that softened mortar. It's the difference between trying to water a plant with bone-dry soil, where the water just runs off the top, versus watering a plant with slightly damp soil, where the water is immediately absorbed down to the roots. The tangible benefit for Carol was astonishing to her. I didn't ask her to buy a single new product. I simply told her to take the cream she was already using and apply it within that golden minute after cleansing. A week later, she called me. She said, "For the first time in years, my skin feels comfortable all day long. Feels plump, quenched." She had the solution in her hands all along. And so do you. You have the power to make your skincare work 10 times harder, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Now, this powerful principle doesn't just stop at your chin. Our bodies deserve this same wisdom, especially as we age. I think of another lovely woman I worked with, Margaret. At 72, Margaret had a wonderful, active social life, but she confessed something to me that was making her feel deeply self-conscious. She loved wearing skirts and dresses, but she had stopped. "My legs," she said, her voice quiet. "They're so dry and flaky. It doesn't matter what I do. I slather on the thickest body butter I can find, but an hour later I have that snakeskin look again. It makes me feel old and fragile." Her experience is so common. The skin on our bodies, particularly on our shins, arms, and back, has far fewer oil glands than the skin on our face. This makes it naturally more prone to dryness. After a warm shower or bath, that transepidermal water loss we talked about happens all over your body, and it happens fast. Slathering a thick cream onto dry legs is again like putting a layer of frosting on a dry cake. It might look okay for a moment, but it doesn't fix the dryness underneath. The solution for Margaret was the same simple shift in timing. The golden minute rule applies to your entire body. The moment you step out of the shower or bath is your window of opportunity. Instead of vigorously rubbing yourself dry with a towel, gently pat your skin, leaving it feeling dewy and damp. Then immediately, right there in the steamy bathroom, apply your body lotion, oil, or cream. Massage it into your skin, paying special attention to those extra dry areas like your elbows, knees, and shins. By doing this, you are locking in the water from your shower, creating a reservoir of hydration that your skin can draw upon all day long. For Margaret, this small change was a revelation. The persistent itchiness on her shins subsided. The flaky texture was replaced by a soft, healthy sheen. But the most important benefit was emotional. She told me she wore a dress to her book club for the first time in 2 years. She said, "I felt like myself again, confident and comfortable in my own skin." That is the real power here. It's not just about vanity. It's about feeling a sense of ease, vitality, and freedom in the body you inhabit. It's about shedding the discomfort that holds you back. Perhaps the most important part of this conversation is understanding why our skin has become so much thirstier in the first place. For so many women, it can feel like these changes happened overnight. You might feel like you had great skin your whole life, and then suddenly around menopause and beyond, it's like you're living in a different body. This can be incredibly disorienting. I remember a client, Susan, who put it so poignantly. She said, "It feels like a betrayal. My skin used to be my friend, resilient, glowy. Now it feels thin and needy. Nothing I used to do works anymore." Her sense of loss was real because it was tied to her sense of identity. What Susan was experiencing was the profound effect of hormonal shifts on our body's largest organ. Here is the simple science. Estrogen plays a crucial role in skin health. Think of it as the skin's master conductor. It helps to stimulate the production of collagen, which is the scaffolding that keeps our skin firm and plump. It also boosts the production of hyaluronic acid, which is our body's own natural superhydrator, a molecule that can hold up to 1,000 times its weight in water, acting like a tiny sponge within our skin cells. As our estrogen levels naturally decline after menopause, the production of both of these vital components slows down dramatically. The scaffolding gets weaker, and the sponges start to dry out. The result is skin that is structurally thinner, less elastic, and far less capable of holding onto moisture on its own. So please hear me when I say this. If your skin feels drier and needier than it used to, it is not your fault. You haven't done anything wrong. It is a natural biological shift that simply requires a new, more intelligent strategy. Your skin isn't betraying you. It's just asking for a different kind of support. And that is why the golden minute rule isn't just a clever trick. It becomes a non-negotiable act of care. It is the most effective way to give your skin back the moisture it can no longer hold on to as easily by itself. By trapping that external water, you are compensating for the reduced internal hydration. This knowledge is power. It moves you from a place of frustration to a place of understanding. You can now look for moisturizers with ingredients that support your changing skin, like ceramides to help rebuild that mortar, glycerin to pull in moisture, and yes, hyaluronic acid to supplement what your body makes less of. But more importantly, you now know that when you apply them is the key that unlocks their full potential. Your skin tells the story of a life lived fully. Every line is a chapter of laughter, worry, and wisdom. Our goal is not to erase that story, but to honor it by caring for the pages it's written on. The Golden Minute Rule is a simple, profound act of that honor. It is a moment you take just for you, to give your skin the comfort and hydration it needs to feel resilient and healthy. You are the expert on your own body. You have within you a deep well of wisdom. My hope today is that I've added one simple, practical tool to your self-care toolkit that makes you feel more empowered and more at home in your beautiful skin. Thank you for sharing this time with me. If this was helpful, please consider sharing it with a friend who might need to hear it. And I would love to continue this conversation. Share one small thing you do to care for yourself in the comments below. Can be anything at all. Let's learn from each other. Until next time, be well and be wonderfully you.